All soy machines need a little tender loving care and some cleaning. After a couple rounds of full bobbins, you're going to notice that sometimes your machine doesn't sound as smooth, or maybe you're starting to get some breaking of threads. I'm going to show you how to clean the Passport 3.0 FOP soy machine. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the bobbin. And normally what I'll do is actually take out the needle, but I'm going to just leave that in there for right now. Actually, you know what? I am going to get rid of some thread. Actually, I am going to take that needle out. Yes, I just need my little screwdriver, because you know what? When you go to take and clean the machine, it's a good idea to actually just put a new needle in. So you have two screws right here, so you need to just get the screwdriver out from the accessory bag or wherever you're keeping all your cool things. It will fit right up above here and allow you to get that one loosened up. And once a little bit loosened, sometimes I'll just use my finger and kind of twist that out of the way. The other thing the book is going to say, of course, is to turn off the power. Now, I sometimes like a little light to shine down while I'm doing this. So if you'd like, you can just unplug the foot control. That way you won't accidentally step on the foot control, but you still have a little power for the lighting of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my screwdriver, lift this off and slide it to the side. And then the last thing to do is actually this whole black area, that is the bobbin case. We're going to lift that completely out. Now usually this whole area down through here is where you're going to start to see the lint build up, even just from cotton thread or sewing on linty fabrics, and really just cotton fabric alone is linty. But if you start working with battings or fleeces or flannels, you're going to notice a quick buildup. And so after, we always say anywhere from 2 to 3 of these full bobbins, you might want to get in and clean this out. If it goes past that, you're going to really notice that things aren't going to go as smooth as desired. So your brush that comes with the machine, just get in here and clean it out, brush it out, but don't blow into it. No canned air, please, no canned air. Don't blow into it. All that lint's just going to go further into your machine, which is not a good idea. Even I kind of like some of these little dusters. You can get those at your local soy machine retailer. Those are great. They almost are like little Swiffers for soy machines. Or better yet, those miniature vacuum attachments, those are fabulous for sucking out all the lint that the soy machine will create. Now, even though the book says that you do not need to oil it, that is a true statement. But if you look right down the middle here, you're going to notice there's a little wick and it will look yellowish. If you were to put a drop or two of oil down that middle, which is also down that hole, the big hole of your bobbin case, so you don't even have to pull this out to drop oil down there. You are welcome to put a little lubrication in there if you choose to. But since the manual says you do not have to, you can just let that happen at your regular service. But the cleaning is key. Even if you take a Q-tip and just kind of get in there and get all the gunk out, please. All right, now putting it all back together, there's a couple things I need to show you. First off, you're going to notice that this little point kind of points to the back of the machine there. And down here, I almost call this like a little heel. The heel of the bobbin case is going to bounce up against this spring right here. So when I lower this in, and there's really only one place it sits perfectly, I do have to get it underneath this little silver arm. So I'm going to just kind of come underneath it. But once it sits down here, you can see that the heel of it wants to bounce up against that spring. You'll have a little bit of give, but that's about it. Just make sure that that doesn't get on the other side of that spring. It has to be they're touching each other. Okay, then put the throat plate back on and screw your screws back in. And again, if you can do this every 2 to 3 bobbins and then have your machine serviced by your local soy machine retailer, you will find that this machine is going to last so much longer than, well, if you don't have it serviced. So it just depends on how soon you want to replace your machines. I am to the point, I mean, this is a great investment, meaning you've spent some money for this machine. You know that it is built to last, but it does need some TLC along the way. So treat yourself, and then that way you're not running into problems, well, usually right when you're in the middle of a sewing project. So yes, keep it up. It doesn't take long, as you can see, to get in and out of your machine. I'm just reattaching the foot. I'm going to put my bobbin back in, and then at the very end I'm going to put that new needle back into the machine. And We will. Oh, and do you know that you actually have this little tool? Let's go ahead and use that for inserting the needle. We can drop your needle down in the hole. It has a flat side, so it helps hold it from spinning. Flat side's always to the back. And watch what I do first. I put the tip of the needle down the foot. That's why I always put the foot on, then put the needle in, and then it will just lift right up into position. When you don't even have to have your hands in there, you can just hold on to the little tool, and then I'm just tightening this. Now, when I tighten for a needle, just do keep in mind that you don't want to actually get it, I mean, you need to get it tight, but you want to also not get too much pressure on that screw and start stripping it out. So I'll just use the needle threader. Love the Pfaff Passport 3.0 needle threader because it just pulls it right on through. And then we are ready to, I would recommend that after you do any cleaning is just to do a quick little sewing, make sure on a little sample. Oh, my foot control doesn't work because I unplugged it. So I'm going to go ahead and quick plug that back into the side of the machine, and now I can sew. So remember, take care of your machine and it will take care of you.